Yes, one of the files I was importing, that was students non-blank something wala file. So what was happening when I was importing it at that time, I could see the data, but when I was finishing it, so it was giving in a statement zero imported data. I mean, and then when I was selecting to, I selected it to view the table. Only the column was there, no data was there. So I did it twice. It didn't
Okay.
happen for me.
Sanjeev, and were you doing it in a local database server, in your local MySQL database server?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
All right. So why don't you just share your screen, and that could probably also be a good learning for everybody.
Yeah, yeah.
Meanwhile, Pratik, I just wanted to say that school DB is not getting connected on Pop SQL.
No.
Luckily, I got the laptop somewhere from somewhere else. Now I'm working on Workbench.
Acha. Okay. Uh,
I think I have written email in.
yeah, I saw that, and then I tried it again, and it was working. We'll help it. I mean, I'll help you right now.
So
Okay.
Yeah, this is how it's showing. Just just the headers and no content on. I mean, I couldn't see. I had, I'll just show you. I imported it twice. One by changing the name even. Student modified and then student. But then particularly
What?
this
What?
this.
Yeah. What steps did you take?
See, I had done this way.
Hmm.
I went to table data import wizard and then
Yeah.
I browsed it.
Right. Right.
And as I've already downloaded it. Okay. So it's showing, suppose I have to do this. Will
Yeah.
it take another? Do I have to change the name?
No, no, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay, so I opened it and then did next.
Okay. All right. This
Then
this just drop table if exist. Just do it.
okay,
Now
so
increase the encoding.
I did it Latin 2
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Now
and
come down.
PB. I changed it to
No, 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 no.
no, I
Why?
did not.
Because you see, the format is not as our expected format, right?
Okay.
So we discussed this, right?
Yeah, fine.
Because
Okay.
because the format is here, the format in the input date is given as this, and MySQL doesn't understand this. So that's the reason why we import the date of, I mean, such date fields as as text, and
Then convert it later.
yeah, we convert it later.
Okay. Now I could see this, right?
Now
But then when I was finishing it,
show the log. It'll happen now. There's no reason why it won't happen. You
so
must
did
have.
I changed it?
Have. Okay, failed. Just click on show logs once.
Okay, now I have the record. What happened in earlier? I was changing the data type.
Yeah, yeah. Finish.
That was the reason.
Click on finish. Refresh. Just do a select star from here. You can, by the way, close this tab here so you get more space. You can click over here.
Okay.
The last one. Yeah. Select star from whatever that table is, students or modified.
there's a faster way just to select and drop there.
You can also do that.
And by mistake only, I just learned.
Yeah,
Okay, how do I do?
yeah, drag.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm not a very mouse person, so but this is good.
Thanks.
Remove underscore. Yeah.
Now I can see. I
Yeah.
got my mistake.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Sorry. And somebody had a problem connecting with the school database, right? From Pop SQL.
I even couldn't find on Pop SQL, but then I created on Workbench.
Acha. Anybody else who faced any problem connecting with the school
Yes,
database?
I faced it. That's what I said. Yeah, luckily, I got the laptop. But yes, in Pop School, it's not getting connected.
Shweta, what issue are you facing? Because I can see, I in fact just to try to simulate that, I created another account on Pop SQL a short while ago, and then I made a connection, special connection with that database school_db, and I mean, I could see all the tables and everything. So if I write or show tables,
Yeah, shall I share my screen then?
yeah, I mean you can, no problem.
So I think it's visible now, but when we are trying yesterday, it's not there. So not sure it's a timing issue or might be.
Yeah, Pratik, go ahead. Just give me a minute because I'm logging from.
Okay. I mean, see, I don't think, see, at times, because of course, so if it is not happening, because then especially the database is in some kind of a cloud server, right? It's just one of those things about connection and, maybe old session files being stored locally. So what you just do is that log out once and log in back. Okay.
Okay.
It's just like, I mean, like when you're connecting to a, website from your browser, at times it loads up the old data. I mean, it may just be because of that. Because I tried, I mean, when I saw the email, I tried with another account also. I thought, maybe it's not happening.
No, Pratik, I just tried it. It is getting connected. I think, means, firstly, I had given school, S was small, then I changed to capital.
That may be the case.
Then it started working. Means,
Yeah, it's
case
case
sensitive.
sensitive, the database name and the table names. Anyway, I mean, sorry, go ahead.
Can I share my screen now?
Yes, Shweta. Test the connection. No, you should have tested the connection. Because here the
Yeah, now it's
Okay.
getting connected. Something you did, Pratik, because since night we are trying. Now it's getting connected. See, here we do that.
Since evening, yesterday evening. No,
And
but you are right that we can log out and then log in again. Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, see, again, understand when you are working with everything on cloud, right? There are things that may happen which can be resolved just by logging out, logging back.
no, I tried that also, but you did something. So I can.
Pratik has all the answers,
But I
We
mean,
had learned to learn, right?
I
So
I really literally did not do anything. I just created another account, just wanted to simulate it, and I was like, okay, I'm able to connect, and I was like, okay, I don't know what's going on, so I can only guess the answer there. Anyway, guys, so what I noticed in one of the in all the assignment that I saw, whichever whoever had submitted the assignment, I noticed that some of the folks were facing challenge in the last question. Maybe is the interpretation of the last question which people do not understand. So just I thought I would take care of the last question, which is show the age in the following format: years in one column and month in another column. That was one of the questions that I saw that people face problem in. Now here a couple of things I'm going to assume almost. The first thing that I'm going to assume is that you probably have done what? If you remember in the student table,
To change it into the SQL dates.
yeah. In the student table, I don't know why. Yeah, so in the student table, we have a column called as DOB, which is text,
I
right?
think that's students.
I'm sorry, students.
No, Pratik, S would be capital, it would be student only.
No, it is students. See, Shikhar?
In R, it's showing a student and S would be the capital.
I mean, on what in MySQL Workbench?
Workbench.
Yeah, because here I'm connecting with the cloud one, Shikhar.
Okay.
You must have created locally. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is that DOB is given in this format, which MySQL doesn't understand, right? So we should have used the string to date function. I mean, we should have created another column. Here I have done it for you guys. So if you notice here, I have created a column here called as new DOB, right? Where I have taken the data from the DOB column, right, and updated in the new DOB column with the help of that update statement and string to date function, right? Everybody? So I used, I did all these, which is created a new column with date data type, and then I updated it, new DOB string to date. Now, one small thing that I did here.
Oh, so you remove the time.
Yeah, I removed the time.
Oh,
I removed the time, but how did I remove the time? I used a function that is left. Left function is same as left function that you must have used in Excel. What left function does is that it extracts n number of characters from the beginning. And if you notice here, 1, 2, hyphen third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. Up until 86, I mean up until 6, there are 8 characters from the beginning. Do you see this, guys? Do you see this, guys?
Yes, Brett.
yes.
So
Let's
that is
just
the
do
reason
that.
why I have used here left function to extract the first 8 characters, right, in order to avoid any confusion. And then I modified that, or I translated that in using string to date into date.
Pratik, was it necessary to use the left function?
Well, it's
In Workbench, we have done
not,
directly.
Yeah, we
it's
have
not,
done that.
that's what I'm saying. It's not something that will create problem in this particular case, but just to let you know that at times you may just want to extract the right characters, maybe just the time ones. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So you can actually use right there, and the pattern would be for hours and minutes and seconds.
Yeah, that makes sense, Pratik. Because when we did without left, it's giving us warning, but worked perfectly fine, but gives us a warning.
Yeah.
So what if we have to keep the same format as a timestamp?
Like Gunjan, you're saying that DDMMYYY?
HHSS. Is it possible?
Yeah.
Percentage H, percentage S.
Yeah, it is. So if you remember, I said that, okay, search this string to date and then go there and then you'll find. So you have hour in 12 format, right? For minute, we have I because M is reserved for months. You see this, Gunjan?
Yes. So Pratik, doesn't it mean it automatically truncates the value? The timestamp is automatically getting converted into the year, month, and date without using the
No.
left function, since we are specifying the format.
No.
I'm using this coding. Not sure why it's showing date column, new date column as null.
Faisal, you sent me one thing here. That update this.
First, we need to add the column, I think.
Column is already added.
String to date left a percentage D. No, you've written a extra hyphen after percentage before M.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Okay, guys. So what I want to talk about today, one is that last question that lot of folks faced problem with, which was show the time. Show the age in I think the question was this. Show the age in the following format, right? Completed years and some kind of remaining months, isn't it? So
Yes,
if you
yes.
remember, I'm going to use this new DOB column, and of course I'm going to use timestamp difference, and let's say I use month to find the difference between new DOB and current date, right? So this is as age in months. If I run this statement,
Pratik, timestamp different.
Pratik, you have used after new DOB, you have used current date. We can also use now.
yeah, you can.
Yeah, thank you.
So here the age is given in months, right? Now, if as we discussed yesterday, if somebody's age is 38 months, you divide it by 12, and then whatever is the quotient is the completed years, and whatever is the remainder is the extra remaining months. So if I div by 12, right, and then the output will be
because we need
completed years. Years also we need, right?
Yeah.
So these are completed years. And again, month, essentially the entire thing again. This way mod 12, right, as remaining or extra months. Do you see this? Is this clear, everybody?
Yes, yes. Pratik.
Yes, Pratik.
Pratik, in
Yes.
year, we need not to do this division 12. We can use directly year, new DOB, and that's year we can
So,
find.
you know why that rounds it off also? I get a point. What I wanted to say is, let's say if I were to show you mathematically,
I checked 3, 4. It's working like 35 years, 8 months, everything.
yeah, 3, 4 is not a good sample size maybe. So let's say if I use date diff, right, which gives you the difference between two dates, and I say current date, comma, new DOB. So this gives you as age in days, right? And let's say I divide this entire thing just to show you 365.25. Why 0.25? For the leap year thing, you know, every year we add 0.25. So this gives you this much, right? 35.67, 35.0, 36.0. This. Now, if I round it, to 2 decimal place, so this gives me this, right? Now, if I round it up to 0 decimal place, I would have extended it to 36. I get a point,
Yes.
right? And this would have been 36 as well. So what we want is, let's say this one, right? 36, 35.67. So essentially 35 is completed number of years, and 0.67 needs to be multiplied to 12. I get a point. So when you do timestamp diff year, that would round it off.
Okay.
I get a point. So, but in this way, we are very sure that if somebody's age is 38 months, it will divide it by 12, gives you 36, and gives you 3 as completed years. There is no doubt in our mind then.
So basically, you are taking from mathematically timestamp diff year, then whatever we are taking, this will round off the number of years.
Yeah.
And the extra month anyway is giving the extra month, so that will be mathematically.
Mathematically wrong. Can be wrong. I get point.
Okay. For a smaller set, because I checked, it's fine. But if we have, okay, it can.
It happens when mathematically we do it. It gives a wrong result.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alrighty, great, good. All right. So what we want to do today, by the way, guys, is we want to learn how to work with multiple tables. So far, what we have done is we have queried the data from a single table. Now, let's go to the, because we know that, you know, in ER diagram or in a practical database design, we would have multiple tables. Here also we have multiple tables. In the loans table as well, in the loans database as well, we had multiple tables. In the credit card database as well, we had multiple tables. So of course we are going to work with multiple table scenario. So when you work with multiple table scenario, we know that because of the relationship between the tables, there can be information that we may require from multiple tables together. For example, I may be interested in knowing which students are playing musical instruments. Do you understand what I'm trying to say, guys? Which students are playing musical instruments? And if I go to, let's say, if I go to, where is my pop SQL here? Yeah. Yeah. Give me a second. The loans underscore. So let's say if I'm in the loans database here, I may be interested to know which customers have applied for which loans, which were failed or which were rejected. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So you may require information from multiple tables, multiple times, right? So that is when you should know and you should have an understanding of how can we work with multiple table scenario in a database. Is making sense, everybody? So that's when we also use a concept called as, there are two concepts that we will learn in order to work with multiple tables. One is using in and not in, right? And the second is joins. Let's see if we can cover joins and in and not in both as well in the same class or not. Otherwise, we'll do joins in the next class. Now, just to bring the statement. Give me a second. Let's see. Let me close this tab. Let me create a new tab, and in that new tab, I will bring in
What is the other one apart from joint?
in and not in.
Okay.
In, not in union, actually. Chanchal, are these scripts loaded on the LMS? I think they should be.
So these ones aren't. In
These
Norton
ones
is
are.
not there. No, sir.
Acha, in, not in. Okay, no problem. We will do it today. Just look at it on the screen for now, guys. Let me put it over here. Yeah. So in, not in, union and join. So these are the typical method of working with multiple tables. Okay. Now, just to show this, I'm going to remind you something that we learned in our school days. Do you guys remember working with Venn diagrams in your school days?
Yes, maths.
Yeah. So Venn diagrams are excellent way of representing relationship model or a related database model or a relationship database model. Let's say you have customers, right? Let's say this Venn diagram represents customers, and this Venn diagram represents loans, right? So these are those customers who have applied for loans. I get what, guys?
Yes.
Right? Now, think about this. If I say I'm interested in knowing about the customers who have not applied for loans, so then that would be this portion, the green portion,
Yes.
right? So this would be customers minus loans, and this will be the initial one was the customers intersection loans. Intersection operator was like ulta u. Yeah. Right, everybody? The customer minus loans essentially means what? That the IDs of those customers which are not there in the loans table, isn't it? Now, similarly, let's say if I look at one more, simple model, we have student table, and then we have music table. Now, if I'm interested in knowing about the students who are not playing musical instruments, so this will be this, and students who are playing musical instruments will be this portion, right? So student intersection music will show you the common ones, common rows, and student minus music will show you the difference rows. Yeah. Now, in order to find common rows in SQL, we have two options. One is to use in, and the second one is to use inner join, which we will discuss a little later. Okay. And to find the difference, we have something called as not in. Okay, and you would notice that I'm not putting any joins here because, if you're finding difference, that means we're looking for data only from one table, and then joins doesn't come into the picture there. Got it? Now let's see how they work, right? It's not very difficult to understand how they work. Let's say I use, I'm going to use I'm going to use loans_new. So I'm using that loans_new in my database server, and these are the two tables which are there, customers and loans. And by the way, I'll just put some two tables on loading here. Just give me 1 second, guys. Okay, it's going to take a little bit of time, and in the meantime, we will do other things. Now, uploading these two tables here, it'll take its own time. Deposit customers, and let it take its own time. Oh, that was very fast. Okay, I didn't realize. Okay, so then we will do it when we need it. Okay, let's say if I want to find the list of loan IDs belonging to self-employed females. Now, if you notice here, if I run this statement, I get all this data, and then there is a column here called as self-employed or not, and there is a column here called as gender. So self-employed, if my question is, let's find the list of loan IDs belonging to self-employed, that means where the self-employed column is yes, and the marital status, married column is also yes, right? So then the query would look something like this: from customers, from this table, customers, where self-employed is equal to yes and gender is equal to female, right? Everybody is with me, and I've selected only the loan ID. So when I do that, I get these 5 rows. You can see there are 5 rows that I've gotten. These are the 5 rows that I've gotten, right? Let's say I copy these 5 rows and I put that over here. So you can see these are the 5 rows that we have, right? Now imagine we want to find out complete loan details for the following loans. Which loans? For which loans? For these 5 loans that we have here. Complete loan details. Complete loan details meaning maybe I want to find out the amount of loan these applications had, the term, the number of months, the loan amount term, the status of the loan, the application date or app date of the loan. So complete details. Where will we get the complete details of the loans table or about these loans? From the loans table, right? And where did we get this set of loan IDs, everybody?
From customer table.
From the customer table, right? So we want to get all the details about these loans from a different table, which we selected from or we extracted from some other table completely. Is it making sense, everybody?
Yes.
Yeah. So how do we do that? Now, there are a couple of ways that we can do it. Let's say select star from loans, right? Where normally, because the loan table also has something called as loan ID. So let's say loan ID is equals to, under brackets, under pair of double quotes, because these are text values, LP002482. That is one way of doing it. Again, loan ID is equals to LP002654 or loan ID. So this will continue till till we cover all the 5 selected rows here, but that's too cumbersome, right? So can we, instead of doing this, can we actually do something better? And we say that we use in here loan ID in this set. Which set? Under brackets, we got these 5 loans. So I copy these. Sorry. Yeah, I copy these 5 loans and I put them over here under pair of quotes. You see, each one is separated with a comma, and each one is in under pair of quotes. Is it making sense, everybody?
Yes, Pratik, but is it equivalent to or?
Yes, it is equivalent to multiple or statement. It's like loan ID is equals to this, or loan ID 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 equals to this.
Still with or, it gives all the details of these 5?
Yes, because we have manually selected them and then we are comparing loan ID each one of them.
So why not and rather than or?
Can Sanjeev, think about it? Can one loan ID be equal to multiple? Do you understand? It's like saying I'm looking for a person who's male and female and something else also.
So Pratik,
No.
is this a array?
This is an array of value, a list of value.
Okay.
Pratik, but here, you know, the list of loan ID is like real tiny. So that's why we were able to type all of them in. What about if there are more than 5?
Coming to it, Ankita, that was my next question. Here I have typed it manually.
So we can put the condition in.
So we typed it manually here, right, guys?
Yeah.
So instead of doing, of course, because as Ankita very rightly said, this was a very small table. There were only 5 loan IDs that we selected from the customers table, which met our condition, right? But what if there were 5,000 loan IDs or 5 million loan IDs? We would not have selected it manually, right? It would have been, my kids would have grown bigger, and I would have become a granddad. So that would take a lot of time. So rather, what we can do is we can replace this list of values that we have given here with the query that gave us this list. Do you understand what I'm trying to say, guys? So I will copy this query, which gave us the list of those loan IDs from the customers tables which belong to self-employed female customers, right? Then I copied that query and I come over here and I say select star from loans where loan underscore ID in. What should I write, guys? Inside the bracket.
That query that you said.
The query that we selected. So loan ID. So if you notice here, yeah, I put an extra semicolon and remove this semicolon inside. Yeah. So if you notice, what we have done is, I'm just going to indent it for better visual representation.
Select within select.
So what I have done here is that from the loans table, loan underscore ID in which set, in this set of values. And I run this statement and I get this output. Is it making sense, guys?
Yes.
Now look at the execution sequence. Okay? You got to be careful about, you got to know the execution sequence here. First, this table will open from loans. Then it goes to this where condition. It finds there is a nested query or a subquery, or a lot of people call them as inner query. Okay. When there is a nested query or a subquery, then it goes to the from of that subquery. So it will go into here. So this is the third thing that will get executed. And the fourth thing will be this where condition, where self-employed is going to be yes and this and this. And then the fifth thing will be this. That means this query is now completely run and will be replaced with what? Replaced with
the data, the table that
loan IDs, right?
Yeah.
Those 5 loan IDs. Do you understand what I'm trying to say, guys? Yeah. And then this entire query will again come over here and it will be same as the query that we wrote earlier, where we had said where loan ID in and those specific loan IDs there. Is it making sense, everybody?
Yes, Pratik.
Yeah.
So
Any
output
questions?
is in the format of table loan.
Output will be in the format of what?
So the all the column fields are for the table loans.
Yeah, because we said select star from loans.
Okay, so first this one. Okay, understood it.
Pratik, could you please repeat this nested concept once again?
Sure, Shikhar. Did you understand what is going on in here or what we wanted to do here, Shikhar?
Yes.
What did we want to do here, Shikhar?
For that particularly right on the loan ID, we directly put the query here so that we can get the data. If the long data was there.
Well, the idea was that we wanted to get all the loan information of the loans applied by self-employed female customers. But the problem was the loan information we would have gotten only from the loans table, right? And if we wanted to understand which were those loans or loan applications by these self-employed female customers, we had to go to the customers table, get their loan IDs. Isn't it, Sanjeev?
Yes,
So that is why we wrote this query first, the inner query we wrote first, And this inner query had given us 5 such loan IDs, which belong to self-employed female customers, right? And then we had said that, all right, we needed to know all the loans information about these 5 specific loans. So then we had said that select start from loans where loan underscore ID equals to a loan, then or loan ID equals to the second loan, or loan ID equals to the third loan, and so on and so forth. Do you understand?
Yes.
Yes, Pradeep.
And then we said, all right, instead of writing it manually like multiple OR statement, we would actually use an in statement here, which allows us to compare this value with an array of value, with a list of values. So then we had written where loan ID in, and then we had given the list of the loans, manually, like over here. Over here. So we had given it like this over here, so Shikhar. But then we said, Ankita said, this will be too problematic. If there were 500 loans, 5,000 loans, basically a large list of such loans, then, giving it manually was not a practical idea. So then we said, all right, can we replace this list of loans that we had given over here, loan IDs that we have given over here, with a query that gives us those specific loans? So hence we said, select loan underscore ID from customers where self-employed is yes and gender is to female. Is it making sense, everybody?
Yes, Pradeep.
Clear?
Yes.
All right. Just wanted to check. All right. Okay. What if I wrote not in here, not space in? What will happen?
Apart from the list, what all loans are there, it will fetch. Other than where the gender is female and employed is yes. Other than that,
Yeah.
Other than that.
Absolutely right. So then it will actually select those loans which do not belong to these guys, or which do not belong to these specific loan IDs that we have given here, right?
So it works like equals to or not equals to. Right?
Yes. Yeah. So, remember, Kshitij, please do not replace in with equals to, Kshitij. You know why?
No.
Anybody?
I mean, it will give
equals to
error
matches the
because
character.
yeah,
Well,
it's
You
operator.
cannot
and
have
that's
more than one ID.
Yeah, absolutely right. See, this
You
is a
just
list
explained it. Yes.
yeah. This is a list of values. So if you write equals to, then it will compare with only one value. Do you understand, Sanjeev, what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
That is why in allows us to compare with a list of values. Is it making sense, Kshitij?
Yeah, Pratik, that makes sense.
Pratik, can you run with equals to?
You'll get an error saying that you're comparing one column with multiple values or something like to that effect. Subquery returns more than one row.
More than one row. Okay.
Got it? So there are some practice questions given here. Find the male graduate customers who are from semi-urban or rural areas. List the customers who have dependents and credit history and have credit history. Sorry, who have dependents and have credit history, but with rejected loans. So try to do these questions at home. I'm going to upload this, but I want to actually talk about. I want to talk about, one more thing here. What union does is or maybe we can, it's 10 minutes remaining, right? We can talk about union in the next class. I would rather want to talk about something else.
You can talk about the assessment which is coming on Monday.
Well, that's an easy one.
What all you'll give us in questions, some hints.
From whatever we have discussed so far, nothing special at all. Okay. Nothing special at all. I want to just talk about one simple concept. Do you guys know pattern matching in Excel? Pattern matching. Do you guys know about pattern matching?
No.
No.
No, we haven't done it.
Okay, I mean, essentially what pattern matching means is, give me a second. What pattern matching means is that at times you're looking for names that start with letter P, not containing letter P, containing letter P at the third position, containing some other characters, not containing some characters. You know, you're not looking for exactly specific person's name, but you're looking for people who meet certain pattern in the character set. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes,
So let's
we
say
have done in Excel as well. That ends
Ah,
with,
that's what-
contains.
absolutely contains, begins with, ends
ends
with.
with, begin with. Yeah, we have done. In fact, only to do this is.
Yeah, that's what. So it's similar to that concept. Let's say name starting with P. So here in SQL, we have something what is like and not like. Like and not like. And with like and not like, we use two wildcard operators. What are those two wildcard operators?
Underscore.
Percentage and underscore. Percentage means, percentage is same as asterisk in Excel, and underscore is same as question mark in Excel. This is in Excel. And this is in SQL. I get a point. Now, what percentage means or asterisk means, any length alphanumeric string. What does it mean? Let's look at it. If I write from student where full name like P percentage, what do you think will happen? Starting with P and after P, it could be any length of characters, special characters, numbers, spaces, or nothing as well. So that means anything starting with P. Do you see this, guys? Anything starting with P. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And if I play around with this, names that end with A, then what should be the pattern?
Percentage. Percentage A.
So then it will be percentage A, right? Now, so percentage you have understood. Now, what does underscore do? That it has to be replaced with a single character. It could be single character, a space, a number. Is it making sense? So names that acha, by the way, what about this names that contain I somewhere?
Percentage.
Percentage.
Percentage I
Before I,
Percentage I
there can be
percentage.
anything. Yeah, before I there can be anything. After I there can be anything. Before I there can be anything. After I there can be anything. Is it making sense? So that
So
means
we can put
containing.
percentage anywhere.
Sorry, Shikhar.
So we can put percentage anywhere if before and after.
See, look at this. When we say containing I somewhere, right? So I could appear in the beginning, I could appear at the end, and I could be there somewhere in the middle as well, right, Shikhar?
Yes.
So that means before I, there can be anything or nothing. And after I also, there can be anything or nothing.
Okay, so we can put the percentage anywhere, if it's before, after, or anywhere.
Yeah, but depends. For example, if my question was names that end with A, so I have put percentage at the beginning, Shikhar.
Yeah, but it totally describes that end with A.
Haji.
Yeah,
End with A.
if it's before with A, so we are putting afterwards of A.
So then this means starting with A and ending with anything.
Okay.
And which do not contain A anywhere. Then instead of like, we have something called as not like, not space. Right? And names that contain R as the second letter. Second letter meaning?
Underscore R.
Underscore R.
And then percentage.
Yeah.
Underscore R and then percentage.
Okay.
What if I have to find the third letter, which is R?
Then underscore underscore.
Oh, okay. So underscore is a count of.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
Single character.
Okay.
Character, space.
Pratik, can you please
Number,
tell?
space, anything.
Pratik, can you please tell which command for not which do not have A once again?
Not like. See,
Not like, okay.
Ashish, if I had written like percentage A percentage, this means this would have meant containing A somewhere, right?
Right.
But if I write not, then that means
Okay.
not containing A anywhere.
Okay, got it. Got it.
Huh. If you,
And we can give multiple condition in it, right?
yeah, with an and condition or condition.
And that will
Pratik?
be a formula thing.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes.
And how we add next condition, by comma or by and or?
I think and.
I mean, and or that would depend upon, you know, what you're looking for. Let's say if I write or, that means, this means the names which contain R as a second character, or the names that contain A somewhere. Or let's say I make it as U somewhere. Do you see this? R is a second character, so arena, which doesn't contain U but still appears. Pratik. Okay. Now, somebody else also had a question. Ankita, you had a question.
Yeah. Actually, I was looking somewhere on the net and I saw that some people were using I like. So what's the difference between like and I like?
Don't go there. You know, some databases support I like, some support R like.
Okay.
Like is very commonly used, Ankita.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
See, these are all open source languages, right? So, you know, you will find a lot of these small variants. It's like if an African is speaking English, you will find, you know, their own dialect as well. Yeah. So that's the only thing. Manoj, you had a question, Manoj?
Pratik, if suppose in name we have Pratik underscore Agarwal, then how it will search? How we...
No, I mean, what are you looking for? Are you looking for names that?
Yes, in full name column there is a name like Rupa underscore some name. Rupa underscore.
Oh, I see. So you're looking for underscore, is it? So then,
Yes.
you know, what you do is there is something called as escape character.
Escape character.
Yeah. Good question. Now, what escape character does is I mean, this is not going to show you any value here just because there is really nothing. Because I don't have anything like that. But what escape character, Manoj, means that, remember, percentage and underscore are essentially pattern matches. I mean, like wildcard system operators here, isn't it, Manoj?
Yes.
Yeah. When you use escape character, which is backward slash, then the succeeding character, which is in this case this, will then be considered literally as that character and not like a wildcard operator, not like a SQL operator underscore. You understand, Manoj, what I'm trying to say?
Yes, I understand.
Right? So yeah, you can write this.
Understood. And thank you, Pratik.
So this will give Rupa all the Rupas with different surnames.
Look at this. What this will give you is, this will give you all those names which contain underscore somewhere.
A space somewhere. A space somewhere.
No, underscore somewhere.
Okay. Okay, literally underscore some.
Absolutely, literally underscore.
So basically, by adding this forward slash, it will read
Backward
that
slash.
underscore, backward slash, not as a character, but as a
I mean,
text,
as a character, not as an operator, not as a SQL operator.
Okay.
But if we have to find out Rupa Agarwal, there are too many Rupas, okay? So if we have to find out of them, okay, then is there anything or we have to do?
There is a Rupa, right? And full name like Agarwal. And do you understand what I'm trying to say? This will give you the names that contain Rupa somewhere and also contain Agarwal somewhere.
All right.
What does that escape thing call? Escape character?
Escape character.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Remember, guys, there can be infinite such combinations. With even with just these two wildcard operators, percentage and underscore. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a few questions on like not like, which is pattern matching, and I'm also going to give you guys a few questions on in not in. Yeah. Since it's a weekend, so I will take the liberty to also give you a reading assignment on joins and union. Yeah. The reason why I'm giving you the reading assignment is to make my life a little easier and your life also a little more exciting, because if you would have read a little bit, concept on union and joins before the next class, then you will actually enjoy the next class very, very well. You can actually ask me then a very pointed question, because those are very important and practical questions. I mean, practical concepts that we use almost daily in our data analysis life. Okay, so three things I'm going to give to you guys then. One is a few questions on in and not in, and a few basic questions on like, not like. Third is a reading assignment on joins and union. Is this clear?
All right, Pratik.
All right, I'm here for the next few minutes. If you guys would have any questions, feel free to ask.
Pratik, can we discuss the pre-assessment question about how would you select any record from a table name person where the value of the first column was Peter?
Oh, sure.
There was an error in that question, I thought.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, all
so,
four,
But anyway,
all four
there's
options
only
are
one wrong.
incorrect.
I don't know which one I correct.
Chanchal, do you have that question, Chanchal?
No, sir. Pre-assessment, I don't have.
No. Pre-assessment is that the first quiz that we give to them. Does anybody have that question readily available? I mean, I can pull it out. It'll just take me a second.
Also, Pratik, can you please upload that, the flow chart diagram one piece, step by step?
Whoa, which one? With this?
The table, database structure kind of that diagram thing, flow charts. I don't recall the exact name.
Yeah,
The PPT which you had.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure. I will.
Pratik, can you share these quiz questions also, because we don't have it. Want to go it?
Sanjeev, quiz questions. I mean, as per Genpact doesn't allow us to share the quiz questions. The reason is that multiple times we end up using similar or same questions in the batch also.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that's the only thing they
We
don't
can go
allow.
through these answers right now, but
Sorry, what was that?
we can go through the answers.
Yeah, I mean, I will definitely cover. I mean, I will just look into that question. I can't find
Just
questions.
quickly 4-5 minutes.
Give me one second. Chanchal, do you have that question? I can't.
So the first quiz was like basic database questions.
Yeah. So they have a question from that only.
Okay, sir. Just a second, I'll share it.
Are you sharing it over email? Are you sharing it over here, Chanchal?
I can share my screen.
Yeah. Go ahead, share it.
ठीक है जिसमें बात होता है जब हम एकदम बढ़िया है.
Chanchal, are you sharing the screen? Yeah, okay. All right, I can see it. Which question should I scroll down? Guys, tell me which question was it? Scroll down.
Yes.
Scroll down.
Down. Maybe.
Scroll up. No, not from this. There were a few more
20
questions.
Yeah,
there were 20 questions. I think there is 10. There are 10 more questions on the other file. Chanchal. This is the one. Come down.
Yes, this one, Peter.
Question number 6. Go up.
Yes.
With SQL, how do you select all the records from a table named persons where the value of the column first name is Peter? Table name persons, okay. Table name persons, select star from persons where first name is equals to Peter. Yeah. So that's last one, the D.
But double quotation was not, sorry, there was only one single quote, not the double thing.
Acha, both works.
That was a question.
Both works, by the way. Double quotes also work and single pair.
No, nothing
No,
like that.
actually, Pratik, it was not completely ended.
Complete.
It was not
Closing
completely
quotes
quoted.
was not
The starting
available.
was there, ending was not there.
Yeah, closing quotes.
That's
were
why
It was only single one.
Yes.
Okay, that must be a typo. Okay.
Yeah,
so we will rule that out then. Chanchal, in the report, we will rule this question out.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Anything else, guys? Chanchal, you can stop sharing the screen. Anything else? Okay, guys, happy weekend. But do try to work on those. Do try to learn about joins and union. It'll be very interesting. And guys, SQL is just about practice. Okay, it's like mathematics. The more you practice, the better you become, and really thoroughly enjoy it. Okay, so do try to practice on the cases that we will also give you. And Monday you will have a very small assessment. It's not going to take a lot of time. I mean, well, time-wise, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes, but it's not going to be difficult, guys. And Sitaram, I will upload SQL statement for MS Access as well. I mean, hardly any difference, but mainly in the DDL statement, you'll find a little bit of difference, but I will upload it, Sitaram.
Pratik, why does the organization develop and use data warehouse?
Why
Answer
do
to
they
that
do that?
question.
Well, understand data. It's like, again, the same thing, right? You need a larger, I mean, you need a centralized place to store the data, right, Gunjan? And remember, the data can come from multiple sources, Gunjan. It could come from people who customers who are using app, customers who are using mobile phones, customers who are using desktop machines, or somebody manually entering the data. So what data warehouse team does is that it actually gets the data, it creates a linkage between all the different data sources, and then it does a lot of transformation as well and ensure that whatever data that gets stored in different databases which are part of the data warehouse are all actual true data without any errors. So the data warehouse is really nothing like it is nothing bigger than, we call it as collection of databases, collection of metadata. That means the information about the databases. That's what a data warehouse is, which gets the data from multiple sources.
Pratik, I believe this question is also need to be reviewed in pre-assessment.
In the pre-assessment,
there was an option which says data warehouse enabled to decentralize while data validation allows you to centralize.
No, I think the right answer is the data warehouse allows you to centralize.
Yes, there was the word decentralized rather than centralized for data warehouse.
Yes, yes, Pratik. It was the word was decentralized.
Denzel, show me the question again about that database.
Even I got confused
Yes, sir.
in that
So
question.
just a second.
But I believe centralized word was also there.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
That was for data
I think
validation,
that
not for warehouse.
centralized.
Let's see. Just share your screen.
Yeah, that's for data validation, not for data warehouse. True, Gunjan. Yes. That question also.